Hey everybody, my name is Chris Dickerson and I'm here with Travis Chumley, and we are going to bring you commentary on the Tennessee State Disc Golf Championships. This year we added a new course to the tournament. It's called Panther Creek Disc Golf Course. I think it's just under 9,000 feet and it's par 71.
This is an H.B. Clark designed course, and it's a beast. We played just lots of par 4s on this course. I don't think there are any par 5s. Or, no, there are a few.
There's a couple.
There are a few par 5s, but this course will tire you out, that's for sure. The elevation change is pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, there is a lot of elevation out here.
Let's see. We started on hole 4. The FPO division was starting on 1, 2, and 3. Hole 4 is basically a sidearm off the tee, and then a giant drop off towards the basket.
Good luck, bud. Boom. Hell yeah.
Let's see, we start on 4.
Yeah, buddy.
We'll get to hole 6 in about an hour and a half.
I don't know what we're doing here. I don't know what to do here.
We're gonna have a backup. That's me talking about how long the course really is. We got Logan in the lead at 15 under, tied with Chris. Throwing a sidearm off the tee. And that shot was just about perfect. You can't really do it much better than that.
He threw it just far enough to get to those back trees, and he was able to get through them and out the gap. I was just trying to 400 GD2. I was just trying to match his line, but I didn't quite get to that back wall of trees.
And one back of the lead, we have Nick Masters. He is from Florida, I believe.
Jacksonville.
And he just threw that one a little low. Maybe first hole jitters. But he should have a look down towards the basket. And then one back of him, we've got Gregg Barsby. And I will note that he is playing this course blind.
Is he?
Yes, he had not seen the course at all. And on every hole, he's going to run up and check out the fairway beforehand. And this is me. I believe I was 2 back of the lead, flicking D1. I thought I'd turned it too much, but missed the last guardian tree and got out in the open. Real bad out here. I already pulled one off.
Yeah, it looks like you had a good shot there. Nick with an awkward stance from the rough, throwing another sidearm. Just puts it in the middle.
Yeah, that was basically all he could do from there. It'd been tough to get all the way to the basket.
This second shot was just so far downhill. I was able to throw a putter. I kind of figured if I threw a mid-range, it would have more glide than I wanted and probably end up past the basket.
For sure. And that is Logan swinging out a Firebird way wide and just parking it.
You suck.
Can't get much closer than that.
Mine might. Oh, no, it's not going to. That was me throwing an A2 and just leaving it very short.
At least you left it on the lower side of the hill and you don't have a death putt.
Yeah, I guess. And then I believe Gregg's throwing a KC AVR, I want to say. And it looks pretty close from there, but he's going to have a tester putt for sure.
From where we were standing, it kind of looked like Nick was giving that a run.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Just a little left side? Barsby just doesn't get his high enough.
Yep. Let's see if Chris can correct on our mistakes. And of course, Chris doesn't miss many putts, do you? Nick, myself, and Gregg all tapping in our pars.
It's kind of a tough starting hole. Not one of the harder holes on the course, but definitely not the easiest.
It's a hole that you definitely want to get, but you're not really feeling too bad. Chris and Logan separating themselves even more from the field.
Hole 5, 520 foot, par 4. Pretty much straight uphill the whole way.
So don't let the distance fool you. This is a tough hole.
It might be the longest 540 feet I've ever played.
Yep. For sure. I can't imagine anyone throwing anything other than driver if they wanted to get to the basket from 2.
Logan throwing a little bit of a flex shot. Lands in the middle though.
That drive, when you threw it, looked so good off the tee, and it just never faded back.
Yeah, I just got over on it.
That's a really good shot by Nick.
He's right up there with Logan. Good stop there by Barsby.
You think anyone ever says bad stop?
I haven't heard that.
Anytime someone stops, you just automatically assume it's a good stop.
But
isn't it like, if he wouldn't have stopped, would he have thrown a better shot?
Who knows?
That's me throwing a flick. I threw the same disc as I did the previous hole. I just wanted to make sure to hit the gap and not get in too much trouble early.
I think the sidearm or the lefty backhand kind of sets up for that tee shot. Gives you a little bit more distance.
You just want to push that left gap. That's a pretty good shot by Nick, getting it on up there. And I might have thrown that a little too low to get to the basket, but that's a really good layup area.
Barsby throwing a sidearm. Gets it up there. And I just happened to land in a fallen down tree.
There are lots of those on this course from what I saw playing it.
Yeah, it is. It's very new.
Go, baby.
Logan puts his third under the basket. And it looks like you do as well.
Yep. Put it up there and have a good chance for par. And looks like Gregg's the only one with a look at a birdie.
And he makes it.
That's a really good feeling 3 to get.
Yeah, I'd have to say you're right about that. Starting off with 2 par 4s in a row.
And anytime you get up to that basket after climbing the mountain of a fairway, you're pretty out of breath, so makes putting even harder.
Do you think it took us 15 to 20 minutes to play that one hole?
I would say at least, because we all threw our drives, and then we had to run up to see where the basket was, because it's a completely blind second shot. Yep,
After hole 5?
Yeah, Gregg was the only one to get the birdie there, so we're all sitting pretty close together. Now this hole is interesting. This is 400 foot, and you're going to see most of us throw sidearm mids or sidearm putters on just a little ante and hope it holds the entire way. There's not a very wide fairway, and you're just kind of poking and hope. And Gregg caught a tree about halfway down, but he should have a good chance to get up and down the par.
Yeah, I think Logan just barely missed the fairway, a little short there. But he got a pretty good kick down there.
A great kick from that shot. Is that a PA4 you're throwing?
It is. Looks like I just turned it a little too much.
A little too much, yeah. This is a very tough hole. In the 2 rounds I played at this course, I did not see anyone to this hole. That was Nick flicking a harp. He just hit an early tree.
What are you throwing here, Chumley?
That is the most beat up M4 I have in my bag. And
I didn't even see the route.
it felt pretty good. I just threw it a little inside, so wasn't able to get it all the way down there. And that's Gregg throwing the same KC AVR, just hitting that one inside tree.
Nick with another sidearm.
Nick's going to throw a lot of sidearms out here today. He's got a really smooth forehand.
He does. I played with him a couple of times down in Florida, and I've noticed his sidearm's pretty good.
When you threw that shot, I thought for sure you're going to catch one of those trees on the right side. Just stayed inside of them, though.
Yeah, you know, I kind of thought the same thing.
And this was such a weird shot. I had to get on a knee and throw under one branch, and I threw a PA4, but just threw it too straight. Wasn't able to turn it all the way. And that was a good shot by Logan to give him a good chance for par.
Got a weird stance there. You didn't want to clear that out?
There were some pretty big trees, and it was early in the round, and I was tired, so I didn't feel like, yeah. And Nick got a pretty bad roll from that shot, so he's left with a tester for 4. And he drained it. That was a really good putt.
Just like his sidearm, he has a very smooth putt.
His whole game's just pretty smooth. It's like nothing flashy or anything, but he's a very consistent player. That was a good 3 by you from where all those drives landed. But this is a hole you don't feel bad about 3ing. Not even.
No. Not at all.
And that's me tapping in my 3rd 4. 3 for 3 on the round. And Gregg tapping in a bogey as well.
After hole 6, Nick, Barsby, and you, Chumley, taking a 4.
Yeah.
On that par 3.
Yeah.
Hole 7 is a par 4 that it's a shorter par 4. It's 450 feet, but it is a very hard dogleg right. It almost comes backwards. You have to throw past the basket and then back up the hill to it.
Yeah, basically this hole you just want to throw a sidearm out to the middle, and the only real mistake that was a really good shot by Logan, but the only real mistake you can make on this hole is just going in early right, because then you'll be left with a very tricky upshot.
I like it a lot.
But those 2 shots were perfect. Should leave you about 120 feet up towards the basket.
I think Barsby let his go just a little bit inside, but I think he might have made it through that tree.
Yeah, I believe he filtered on through, so he'll have a pretty straightforward look at the basket.
Shot.
That was another good shot by Nick. And
Is that a D1 you're throwing there?
that is a Colin forehand stamped D1. And I made the only mistake you could. I threw it inside. And thought that shot was good when I let it go, but I just threw it too far, so into those trees long. Yeah, Gregg had a kind of a weird upshot, but he was able to put it pretty close to have a good look at 3. Were you trying to run that?
Nope.
No, it's straight
No.
uphill. You could have ran it.
It is, but the only...
I think Logan
Yeah.
was trying to run it.
Logan was definitely trying to run it. The only thing I could think about was getting a roll away on this hole and end up taking a 4 or a 5.
Yeah, you definitely wouldn't want to take a 4 on this hole. Yeah, I 4'd this hole. I'm pretty frustrated at this point, having taken 4 4s in a row to start off the round. But, you know, trying to keep on trucking.
Yeah, you'll notice a lot on HB's courses, he will have kind of technical par 4s.
Mm-hmm.
Ones that are shorter and you've just got to make 2 shots and then a putt.
Yep. Yeah, these were the first HB Clark courses that I've had the pleasure of playing, so. This is actually a pretty cool hole. This is 405 foot. It's par 3, but I have yet to see anyone reach this hole. For me, it's just, you know, throw a sidearm as far as I can and hope that I can get a jump putt up towards the basket.
Logan with his sidearm.
Mm-hmm.
Gets a turn.
And that's pretty much perfect. He'll have a jump putt, or he's pretty close. Is that a D6?
It was. After I saw Logan throw his a little bit short, I figured, well, my sidearm can't get there, so I might as well try a roller.
I was surprised you went roller. I felt like that was a really risky play. There's Gregg just hyzering out a little early. And Nick's in the middle. He should be able to get up and down from there. This is me flicking that same D1 I threw off the first 2 holes. And it's not bad. I had a long look for 2. That was a good up by Nick.
And Barsby finding himself in a laying down tree.
Well, I've looked to save par.
Yeah, he gets up there for a longer putt.
I was just laying it up, wanting to get my first 3 of the round.
Now this one I was actually running, and it slipped right out.
Yeah, that one surprised me a little bit.
Logan given the closest 2 chance at it in our group.
Gregg saving us 4. And everyone else just tapping in their 3s. It's kind of what you expect on this hole. Maybe 1 4 and the rest 3s.
Would you say this is the longest 405 feet you've ever played?
It's uphill, but yeah, I'd say this. If 440 was what the sign said, I'd definitely believe it.
Yep.
But it's a cool hole. I like it. And Barsby was kind enough on hole 8 to get a 4, so I could not be bobbed for the first time of the round.
Oh, hole 9. I think it's our first hole that we have broken 600 feet.
I think so.
Pretty much all you want to do off this tee pad is throw as far as you can straight, maybe with a little bit of a left finish, and throw an upshot from there.
Yep.
Not really too much danger on this hole, just I think the road to the right is OB.
Yeah, most likely. The only mistake you can really make here is going left in the woods.
Yeah, good shot.
And Logan threw out a really nice drive. He'll have a putter up shot towards the basket.
Yeah, Chris.
What'd you throw there, Chris?
That's a 400G D2.
D2.
Mm-hmm.
You ever wonder if D1s or D2s go farther?
You know, usually a D2 will go further.
I guess if only someone threw a D1 on this hole and someone else threw a D2, then we could probably find out. This is me throwing that same blue D1 that I've been throwing. That looks on a similar line to your shot. Do you think it might have gone farther?
I think you may have got me by about 5 feet there. So yes, yeah, it did go a little further.
That's interesting.
Gregg getting his over a little bit more than everybody else. Still landing in about the same spot.
Yeah, these were all good drives. Basically, it's just a putter up shot from there and just tap in your 3 and move on to the next hole. And I know that is Nick throwing a Justice with the Batman die on it. He throws that a bunch. Gregg throwing a nice up shot. What'd you throw there, Chris?
400 PA3.
Yeah. That's a rare backhand up shot from me. You don't see those often.
Was that an A2?
That was a really beat up 400 A2 that I throw for basically all of my up shots. It's a good putt. Taking your 3.
Another good putt.
I'm on a roll right now. I mean, I have 2 3s in a row. And looks like it's going to be a star birdie. Assuming Logan has that putt. Yeah, he got that.
Don't forget about Gregg.
I'm pretty confident. Yeah. That was a good putt. Seems a little frustrated.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on behind the basket there.
I don't know. Alright, hole 10. This is a pretty cool hole. This is a par 5, 740 feet. Off the tee, you just want to throw backhand hyzer, get it as far as you can. And then the traditional route is to go through here. You're going to throw a sidearm, most likely. Push it as far as you can, and then you should have a pretty short upshot to the basket, since it is only 700 foot for a par 5. And Logan pumping out a backhand. And that drive it cleared the crest of the hill just barely, so which is great on this hole.
He got a little bit of turn out of it.
Is that another D2?
It was.
Very nice. That made me laugh when I saw that hit during the round. It just stopped.
Yeah, it just dug. Didn't get any kind of skip.
And Nick hyzered out a little early, but he should be fine for over there.
Yeah, as long as you're on that left side, I think you're okay.
And apparently I hit a vine. It's a pretty big opening. I didn't imagine I'd hit anything, but still out in the opening, so it's fine. And that's Gregg throwing a good shot right where you want it to be. There's Nick pushing into that gap. He hyzered out a little early, but he should have a look to get up and down for birdie for sure.
Yeah, you and Nick taking the traditional gap that you were talking about.
And what you doing here, Chris?
Oh, I was kind of thinking to myself, if you just throw a roller over the top, it'll kind of fly like a tomahawk, and you'll just spike down somewhere. And it was just so far uphill, it actually started to fly again.
Yeah, that was a good shot for sure. Gregg, on the other hand, did not get his spike hyzer quite high enough. So he's going to be fighting to get out of those woods. And Logan, this shot killed me. He threw this most amazing tomahawk roller, and it got above everything and put him in the middle.
He just took the gap out of play.
Yep. I mean, when you can throw tomahawks 112 feet in the air, might as well. There's Nick throwing a shot. Just needs to sit down, but he should have a look from there. There's Gregg still trying to fight his way out of the woods.
Makes it just on the edge of the fairway.
And that is me messing up a very easy upshot.
Got over on that one a little bit.
Yeah, I was trying to just swing a hyzer putt out wide, but I threw it on Annie. It was interesting. Logan should have a good look at birdie from there. And I think you'll probably be able to make that birdie putt.
Yeah, I hope I'll be able to convert on that one. That's a good backstop.
And there's me from about 30 to hit a birdie. But it didn't go in, so I'm going to have to settle for a par 5. Oh, looks like Nick's going to do the same. And I believe Gregg's putting for a 6.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
Yeah. This is a hole you don't really want to bogey just because it's such a short par 5. But that second shot got him in trouble, and he just couldn't get out of those woods. Logan hitting a good birdie. And we'll be able to see if you can make the putt here. Yeah. That's almost 100% from there.
A lot of suspense.
Do you have something on your putter?
Yeah, a little bit of dust.
That's rough.
Oh, hole 11. The second par 5 in a row. This one's a little bit shorter, 620 feet, but it is all the way uphill.
And after it's uphill, it's a little bit more uphill. And then you go a little bit farther uphill after that, and you'll be able to see the basket. And then you go a little bit further, and you'll be able to get there. This is a monster of a 600-foot hole. Oh.
Pretty good.
Just a little early out of his hand, catches a tree on the left.
Yep. And then you hit the gap perfectly, but just hit a late tree.
Yep, I hit the fairway tree for this first gap.
For sure. And Nick's, it looked like he might have gotten a little lucky up the left side, but he's up there for sure.
And
then
you taking the same gap as I did, but you missed that fairway tree.
Yeah, out of my hand, I thought I was smacking it, doing the same thing as yours, but just barely missed it left. And Gregg taking a little wider route, but he's up there to have a good look to get up the fairway.
And Logan went flex sidearm here. That kind of surprised me.
That shot was amazing. Like, the video doesn't do it justice how good of a shot that was. And then you got a pretty unfortunate kick off that tree.
Yeah, for anybody watching this video that has never played on a lot of elevation, if you hit a tree high going uphill, it will try and fly again.
Yeah, that is for sure. We might actually get to see that happen again. I'm not sure.
I believe you're right. Oh, there it is.
There it comes.
Little skip.
Oh, uh-oh.
And ask him for the roll, and you get it.
Yep. And this is me flicking that same D1. I was in the middle of the fairway, but had kind of a tricky stance and just turned it a little bit. But
Yeah,
I should be able to. Go ahead.
Look like you got a bigger run up there.
Yeah. And what you didn't see is, didn't that disc pick up and roll backwards?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. I thought you threw a really good shot there, but apparently the rocks in the fairway disagreed with me. And that's me flicking my PA9, really beat up PA4 up to the basket. Oh, tickle, tickle. I thought you threw that one in when you let go.
I thought it was on the line, but obviously just a bit outside.
I know Nick was running that. Gregg throwing a good up shot from there.
Did it sit down?
Yeah.
Logan with the only actual putt at it.
Yep. I got a birdie.
Not a bad birdie.
There aren't many bad birdies, Chris.
No. Yeah, it's pretty good whenever you make a putt and the word birdie pops up on the screen.
Yeah, that's most of the time it's positive. Looks like I was able to gain a stroke on the whole card. And
Yeah.
on some guy named Chris.
Yeah, 2 on that unlucky guy.
Alright, hole 12 is it's a flick, most definitely. There are 2 routes. There's kind of a low left route where you just throw a hyzer the whole way. And then there's a like anti-flex flick. But once you get fading, it's just a huge drop off towards the basket.
Oh my gosh.
And that's me flicking an A2. And it worked out pretty well.
Is it me?
It's just past the basket, right next to that big stump. That's the first like really good feeling shot I'd thrown all around.
Logan tries to follow up your line.
Catches one of those early trees. If you take that left route, you really have to push it straight. Nick surprised me when he threw a backhand on this with how good of a sidearm he has.
Uh-huh.
There's the fairway. Found it.
There you go. Very nice.
Gregg was really happy with that shot. He was frustrated after the last hole and was able to hit this fairway perfectly.
I'm going to quote somebody that told me a long time ago, if you're going to throw the turnover route, you have to turn it.
Yeah, that's most likely true.
I find that to be true most of the time.
Yeah. What'd you throw there? Is that like an X1 or something?
It was an X1.
Okay. Yeah, if you're gonna want to turn an X1, you gotta commit to it. That was a good up shot by Logan. Let me guess, PA3.
You're right.
Gosh, I'm so slow. Man. Nick just missing that putt low.
Yeah, those putts from below the basket are actually a good distance uphill.
For sure. Gregg hitting a good birdie from there. And then me having a pretty easy look at birdie. I don't think that one went in, Chris.
No?
Yeah, that one upset me.
Well, at least you're not the only one.
Okay, that makes me feel better. Honestly, I forgot you missed that putt, so saying it now actually makes me feel a little bit better about missing putt.
I bet it does.
And so I'll be forced to tap in my par, and I might have been a little upset at that point, but it's okay. On to the next one, you know. I think that's the front nine.